Start by introducing our player in the upper right hand corner of the map, the blue Terran player from My Insanity. It's jjakji. And down in the bottom right hand corner of the map, our teal Protoss player from Dead Pixels, ladies and gentlemen. Currently up 1-0. Not 1-0, but 1-0 in this best of 3. Looking for a chance to play for second place in the group. It's Patience. Again, guys, we are only just getting started here today, as we have 2 best of 5s coming up after this series. The winners match will be Impact versus Alive TVZ best of 5, before we head into the final match of the day, which will be the winner of this against the loser of Impact versus Alive. So that'll also be a best of 5. So a couple of best of 5s coming up. I think Impact probably the favourite to take Alive down. That would be my pick, at least. Especially in best of 5, I think I think he might lose a game or two to some aggression. But I think overall, I think Impact, especially with the way he played against jjakji earlier, I think Impact just a little bit too good. Alright, so Chrono Boost and the probes here. Patience just getting set up at the start of this game. A Reaper opening going to be the call of action for jjakji here on Deadwing. Neither player going for some kind of mega grid. So again, jjakji, he opens Command Center first in game 1 on a smaller map. And in the second game of a series, he goes for a Reaper opening on a larger map. So, it's not, as I said before, it's not really, crazy weird or anything like that. I think it's just a thing of saying, I'm going to open with the Command Center first, in game 1, just to see how it goes. And then game 2, when he's down a game, just play a little bit safe, because you can't afford to take too many risks now. If you're down a map, you want to make sure you're as safe as possible. And the Reaper opening is exactly how you do that. By opening Reaper, you get map control, you get vision, you get to scout a lot more easily. Reaper openings are how you basically make yourself safe in this game. So, jjakji going to move across the map with his SCV, just going to scout both positions, try and find his opponent as soon as possible. And the lack of a second depot suggests he's going to be dropping down his command center here in a few moments, and pulls out of gas exactly at 50, so you're only going to be getting that reactor on that barracks, and that's about it. So pretty much a standard build as we would expect. And yeah, so pretty standard builds. This is actually what Alive did on game number 2 against Patience. Very similar build. He's going to add on his couple of barracks soon, and then go back into gas and play from there. So pretty standard stuff so far. We'll see what happens in a few moments here in terms of the overall game, as the Reaper coming down southwards, passing a probe right now. Probe taking a couple of shots there, getting chased away. So probe goes down, gets picked off here. The Nexus getting warped in, and we see an SCV moving back for jjakji. Gonna fall back with this, and Stargate on the way, Nexus on the way. Similar opening here for Patience as in game number 1, but jjakji spots this straight away, sees our Stargate, so should immediately be able to get himself a little bit more well prepared for Oracles than he was in that first game. Them Oracles did quite a bit of damage. He wasn't game-ending damage. The game went on for quite some time. It was a pretty even game, and jjakji was actually doing a great job of kind of keeping Patience back. But again, Patience just built up an army composition which was just so much better. Again, jjakji was really delayed on getting his Vikings, and then he was a little bit delayed on getting Ghosts, and he didn't really need the Ghosts, but the Vikings was the main issue, because he had to sit in his natural and basically lose his third base, and then he had to kind of fight down a ramp, and it was just never going to end well, and that all happened because he didn't have the Viking count soon enough. So just going to come back to the centre of the map here with this Reaper. Hold that watchtower for now. First Oracle is on the way out, and we'll be heading across the map very shortly. Would be surprised to see a second Oracle. Yeah, I'd be very surprised to see a second Oracle. We're talking about a as it pops out here. If it's already been scouted, it's already less likely to do damage. Whereas, in the first game, it wasn't scouted at all. The first one was a bit of a surprise, and jjakji started to lose a couple of units. And once he lost a couple of units, all of a sudden, he was losing a few more units. And, things kind of snowballed a little bit. Whereas in this game, he's not going to do that. He's pretty much aware. He's already got Marines well positioned in the main. He's got 6 of them. And, again, what would be the point of a second Oracle now? It wouldn't do much at all. So, Patience doing the small thing, just going to get a slightly faster robot facility. And taking his gases out of the natural, continuing to tech here in this game. We've got a Reaper out. Still sitting around, not really doing all too much. Just sitting around for now, waiting to see what's up, what's happening. Hello to a few guys in the chat right now as well, as we don't have much going on in the game. Sup to everyone. Toss is so awesome, says Curry King. The Gangnam Nut doesn't think Toss is a good design for RTS. GG from Crowtail. Patience with the Tager Clap as well. Sorry, Spritz Brutal saying Patience, Tager Clap. As Oracle comes in and picks up his first kill of this game. Hey, Euphomo as well in here. What's up? What's happening? How is everyone doing? Let us know how you're doing. Let us know who you're supporting, guys. Always great to see who the favourite is, who the fan favourite is in the chat. As Patience is going to come down this right hand side of the map and with this Oracle and look to try and see what he can do. Robobay finishing up here for Patience. That Robobay finishing up, if Robobay finishing up, he's going to be able to start his Colossi. He's actually started 2 Forges as well, so again, I mean, double Forge is something you don't see all too often anymore in TVP. It was very much a thing about a year ago, or maybe a bit more than that now, where double Forge was kind of the go-to. It was so greedy, but it was so great. And with double Forge, you could do anything. You could defend, and you could, get so much great upgrades, and you were practically unbeatable. Nowadays, we don't see it so much. Terran's learned a lot about kind of abusing it, and the SCV pulls became a very good thing against double Forge because it slows your other tech. And Patience has been very greedy in terms of tech here. Double Forge and a Blink and Colossi. So looking as though he might actually try and hit a kind of a timing with a couple of Colossi and 1-1 or something. That is a possibility here. Maybe try and hit a timing, especially with that Blink coming in so soon. A couple of cannons being invested in right now in each of his mineral lines. And Chrono boosting out them upgrades. First Colossus hits the map. Again, not many units right now for Patience. He doesn't have the money to spend on extended thermal lance. Again, he's sacrificing that for one of the upgrades or so, because it's not normal to get all of this at the same time. As Revelation comes down, and some of this army and Caesar begin to move across the map here. And again, primarily Marines, so a couple of Colossi should deal with this without too much further issue. Combat shields, common cluster shells, and +1 all on the way for our Terran players. Patience is beginning to add on a few more gateways. What's that taking up to? 6 in total right now then. So going up to 6 gateways in total. And again, getting towards that number where you could just add a couple more and push across the map if you want to. Wait and see what happens as this bio army is going to be his first issue here. Has to find a way to deal with that. Drop into towards the main base. Second Colossus will pop out just about in time to deal with that. As jjakji is starting to move forward here, but will turn away. I mean, he has to turn away. Some force fields will help. At the same time, this drop doing a little bit, and only a Colossus here in the main. And with a staying for an overcharge being pumped as well to try and help out, he will have to lift up. A lot of damage taken on the Colossi. As jjakji forced away from the natural as well, as we saw just previously. So not able to find too much damage here. Observer at the front is able to see them units. And that 1-1 upgrade finishing up here now. He does have Twilight Council, of course, so he can go straight into 2-2 if he would like. I think right now he's probably going to be looking to focus on the on making some units to kind of defend here for a little while. As Patience needs to be careful. I mean, another Colossi in production would be great. There's actually a little bit of supply block now, which is what's stopping him from making anything. There's that Colossus starting up in production now. So third Colossus on the way. These rocks going to get cleaned out without too much of an issue. And jjakji going to start moving forward. Scan picks off that observer. Nice little pick off there as a revelation comes down once again, keeping an eye on where this army is at all times. Not really too much else happening here out on the map. Just jjakji moving around and keeping a couple of Marines around. Third base will start from Patience. And taking this in kind of the pocket expansion, which is definitely the preferred expansion for Protoss players. It's a little bit easier because, you can basically sit here with, what he's doing is sitting here with the Stalkers on the high ground, stop drops, and then if attack comes into your third, boom, you blink down, you're there already. Your units are so easily transferable between the main and the third, and the natural as well kind of goes with that already. Terran players can take the same expansion here, which is actually something a little bit interesting, because usually I'd say the Terran player would take this expansion first, because, they're not so bothered by having to sit in one place to defend all their bases. And this base is a little bit nicer because it gives you a little bit more spread on top of your ramp. But I mean, it's kind of one of those things, just different play styles, different players prefer different bases, and jjakji is going to mirror his opponent in terms of which base is being taken right now for the third. And jjakji still with the map control here, as we see 4 Vikings coming down the right side of the map, maybe looking to try and pick off an observer, or maybe just scouting for pylons. They will find a pylon, they'll find that oracle as well. Or not, if they turn away. But it's a shame to lose that Oracle. Viking does spot that pylon coming down here, so jjakji sees that, sims up. That pylon will go down without too much further issue, so that gets cleaned up pretty quickly here. As Patience is going to be able to start taking his gases on this third base again. Third base up, timing for that Templar Archives is there. As 2-2 finishes up for Patience here, so that double forge from earlier in the game is really starting to kick in now. He's 2-2 upgrades against one of his opponent. jjakji in a higher set of upgrades behind as he moves forwards here and looks to maybe go for a little bit of an attack. Armory on the way for him, so looking to start up his own +2/+2 very shortly. As a Ghost Academy coming in as well as a response to the Templar Archives time and again. I mean, he probably hasn't seen the Templar Archives, but he knows it's about that time in the game where you just get that Ghost Academy. 4 Colossi up here. And again, not too many Vikings, only 9 right now, or 10 Vikings in total. So again, not really at that too high of a number of Colossi. Vikings, sorry. That will keep increasing though, and he's building 4 at a time, so he should be there in a few moments. As Samir's come across here to kill off that pylon. Stalker's blinking forward though, will tank the shots instead. Pylon's going to stay alive. And this little army going to get cleaned up here, so nice pick off there by Patience, able to clean that up. No losses taken, apart from a Stalker or so. But a nice efficient trade as jjakji continues to rally through to the middle of the map. So both these players are going to just want to... I mean, Patience is the player who really wants to sit back because he's just invested in Templar Archives. He's got 2-2. Well, I mean, okay, so there's conflicting views for Patience, I suppose, as well. He's going to be the defender because guess what? jjakji's just pulling the boys. So we don't even have to talk about it. Here we go. As these boys are going to come forward in the next few moments. As these Stalkers are going to lead the way. Again, they're going to look for some picks on these Vikings to begin with. And they need to be a little bit careful. They're actually going to have to use their blink to get away from this. Doesn't want to get trapped. And Patience, how is this fight going to go for him? The Vikings are already starting to do some damage. First Colossus falls in a matter of seconds. Charging forward. These Zealots are going to lead the charge. There's just so much bio here, though, as the Colossi go down one after the other. So many Vikings remaining. So much Marine Marauder remaining. 40 SCVs killed, but that doesn't matter if you're about to lose every single unit you own. And Patience, he is down by about 50 army supply right now. He's going to lose this third base, going to lose the probes at the third base as well. And a perfectly executed build here by jjakji. As a couple of force fields are nice, and you know, maybe this is something Patience should have done in the first place. You know, you see the SCVs being pulled, buy yourself some more time, get yourself another Colossus out, get yourself some time to pick off a couple of these Stalkers. Patience with these force fields will continue to hold on. Another Colossus on the way out. jjakji still has a decent Viking number though, and if he doesn't throw away these Vikings, he's going to be able to, you know, keep moving forward. You know, keep picking off these Colossi without too much issues. Zealots are stuck in the back. 2 Vikings move forward. This army's all on the ramp though. This isn't the kind of best fight at all by any stretch of the imagination for jjakji. He is losing a lot here. The Vikings are all gone as well, and there's 1 Colossus still remaining. Is Patience going to make this hold? Well, right now, it's definitely looking like a possibility. jjakji begins to back off, and of course, Patience holds with 50 SCVs to 21. And blinking forward here, he's confident and he's held on. jjakji shouldn't have came in from that angle. Back off, come around here, come in where there's a little bit more space, where there's not as many force fields. Don't sit on this ramp and take splash damage from Archons and Colossi. Patience needs to be careful. He doesn't want to overcommit to an attack. But that being said, he's still mining with 50 probes. Blinks forwards again, picks off a couple more units. He's still mining with 50 probes, and that's important because he means he should have more income depending on the amount of meals being dropped by jjakji. So over time here, Patience will just build up an advantage. He doesn't want to throw that away and allow jjakji to then counterattack and maybe win. So he's doing the smart thing. He chased down. Before he got to his reinforcements, he turns around and he comes back home. So Patience is going to build up once again. Already third base restarted. And well, what a hold that was. It was looking great for jjakji. It was looking really great for jjakji. But you know, if you're a town player, you should never go and sit your whole army on a ramp like this. Especially when it takes, what, 10 seconds? You know, he had so much time to come around this side and attack in this angle instead. You know, it's as simple as that. And, you know, all of a sudden, you're kind of doubling the space you work with. You're half in the splash damage. I mean, obviously, not exactly, but more or less half in the splash damage you take. Crazy stuff here as we see some Stalkers blinking forward, looking to pick off this factory. And, well, not the most important thing to pick off the factory. It's just moving around, trying to see what you can see. A Doom Drop coming up the right-hand side for jjakji. That's going to get spotted here straight away by this guy. Oh, no, it's not because it's on the low ground. So, Patience isn't quite able to see that here. And this boost coming in from jjakji down the right-hand side of the map. And, well, this could actually do some pretty major damage. Patience so unfortunate because his Stalkers were so close yet so far away. I think he just saw it now with this pylon. He's already beginning to move backwards here as jjakji begins to move forwards and begins to drop. So here we go. Colossi coming in though. They have to be careful. They don't want to fight this on their own. I mean, you know, they can fight from a distance, yes, but they don't want to let this bio force close the gap on them. As, well, can Patience set up the kind of block with these Stalkers? There's a few too many Marauders here, maybe. He's going to come to the middle of the map. He sees some units moving out here. He's got a lot of Stalkers. He's unsure, though. He will actually just pull back. 7 workers killed from jjakji. by jjakji from this. As again, we're getting these lag spikes today, guys. I'm not sure. It must be my internet, but I'm not dropping frames. I don't know if it's just my connection to the Korean server or what. Right now, we have some zealots into the natural of jjakji here. And a couple of SCVs starting to get picked off. And again, that's another 8 workers killed. jjakji's actually wasn't even on 20 workers before this, or was just on 20 workers before this. With 10 workers killed, he's only got 10 remaining. So he's still got an army, but that's all he's got anyway. Well, it might very well just be time to pull everything he has and just go for this. But does he have any Vikings? 7, not really a great number. He's got a lot of Marauders, a lot of Marines though. Maybe just waiting for 2+2 attack before moving in and trying to win this game, trying to close this out. I'm surprised he doesn't just pull his last 10 SCVs. I mean, I guess they're not going to do very much, but you never know. You never know. As Spire Force moving forwards and looking to see what it can do. Only blinking forward with these Stalkers to get them into position for an overcharge pop. This time jjakji will come up here. He's going to deny this 4th base. And Patience won't have too much issue cancelling this. I think he... Oh. This is his cancel there, which is definitely a big mistake. jjakji's factory again turned around. jjakji's still just building up units, still looking to fight. A few zealots coming in towards this 3rd base of his now. And that'll shut down a mule. I mean, every mule he loses is big, because it's a major part of his economy right now. Probably about 1/6 of his economy, 1 mule. As coming forwards here, this Marauders and Medevac and Marines getting stimming, and well, I mean, Patience just blinks forward. The Colossi are going to survive. There's not enough Vikings at all. The Archon's doing work as well. And Patience is going to take the 2-0 to move through to the loser bracket final. GG called. Patience takes the victory. And a solid 2-0.